And we're back for our MLB Best Bets here on Thursday, August 14th. There are only 7 games today in Major League Baseball, but we still have our 5 best bets for this Thursday's schedule. And before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Yesterday, another positive day, a 3-2 day. What is that, 4-5 straight days of positive days here at the MLB Best Bets? We've been on fire. We're looking for some more success here for this Thursday of MLB action. Also, folks, on Greedo Plays MMA this week, we have our UFC 319 predictions, Dricus du Plessis, Khamzat Chimaev for the middleweight championship in Chicago, and we've got our PFL World Tournament Finals predictions. Gadzi Rabadanov and Alfie Davis are in the main event over there. We will also have our UFC 319 Best Bets out later today on Greedo Plays MMA at noon Pacific. We will have our best bets for UFC 319. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets today, kicking things off with our first money line of the day. Give me the Seattle Mariners on the road in Baltimore to win the 4th game, I believe, of this series. Third. Yes, they just played on Tuesday. It's okay. Orioles win yesterday, right? Jackson Holliday with an RBI double off of Matt Brash to ultimately win the game for Baltimore. It ends the Mariners' huge winning streak that was at, 8 games. Baltimore finally gets one on Seattle, and now here we go. The Mariners look to take the series in Baltimore today with this matinee game. I think they will. Okay, and for a couple reasons. One, the Mariners' offense was really bad in the first game. I mean, albeit Baltimore's offense was horrible too. It was a 1-0 win for the Mariners, and Seattle really struggled to get going. Both offenses and both lineups struggled to get going yesterday as well, as Seattle broke through in the 7th with a Josh Naylor RBI. Ultimately, Baltimore ended up scoring 3 in the bottom of the 7th. The Jeremiah Jackson triple put them ahead. Anyway, Seattle ended up scoring 2 runs in the top of the 9th to tie the game up at 3, and then Jackson Holliday, right, gives them with the RBI single to win it, RBI double to win it. I mean, expected, right? Logan Gilbert, Tyler Rogers, 2 really good pitchers. That's why, we talked a little bit yesterday about potentially thinking the Orioles money line just because of how good Rogers has been, and he has continued his lights out season, 1.43 ERA. Yesterday, he goes 7 innings of 4 hit. I'm going with the Mariners because I like the pitching matchup in Logan Evans and Tomoyuki Sugano. I've been very critical on Sugano all year long. The 35-year-old rookie, Major League Baseball, obviously, is from Japan. I don't like Sugano that much. Pitch to contact guy. Doesn't really strike too many guys out. Did in the Rockies start, but he's not, for the most part, Sugano's not striking out more than 4 batters usually. It's just a 4.24 ERA that is severely swayed. It's 1 start, but that ERA number did go down by a whole 0.2 points because of how well he pitched against the Athletics. At home, he went 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run against the A's, and sure, the Orioles have ultimately won 3 straight games with Sugano on the mound. But you give the Mariners a pitch to contact guy, and you know what the Mariners do. They don't really score many runs because, they're going to play small ball. They're going to move a guy over to third base. Like, they've tried playing small ball with J.P. Crawford all year long, and it just doesn't work. Like, the way that we all know how the Mariners score runs. They hit home runs, okay? And you throw them a pitch-to-contact guy. I don't think it goes well for the pitch-to-contact pitcher. I just don't think it does. I think if you give the Mariners too many opportunities, they are going to take the ball out, right? Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez. Eugenio Suarez has not been good since returning to Seattle in this little rental deal that he's on for this year, but still him, Josh Naylor. There are guys who are going to try to take you deep, and Dylan Moore in the 9 spot's an absolute travesty. He should not be playing right field. It's just a matter of time before Victor Robles gets called back up, and he just got hit for the 3rd time in the last 2 games down in AAA, playing for, I believe, Tacoma, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think they're Tacoma. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with Robles. I mean, Robles should be back, I would assume, next series for Seattle, or maybe Monday. I would expect Victor Robles back, actually definitely Monday, because they said he needed a little bit more time down there rehabbing. So anyways, you'll see Robles in the next couple of weeks. We'll see Victor Robles in the playoffs. He's easily going to be a huge improvement from Dylan Moore, and that does make the Mariners all that more scary. Again, no Robles tonight. We gotta hope the power comes through against a pitch-to-contact guy in Sugano who will give up home runs, hasn't given up one so far in the month of August, but gave up multiple home runs in July, gave up 6 home runs in the month of June. Against the Rays once, he gave up 3 home runs in the same game. Against the Mariners, that is trouble. Arozarena's hunting the deep fly. Cal Raleigh, who's still in the MVP race, who's batting .240, but just because of his power numbers, he's right there, obviously, with Aaron Judge. Suarez maybe finally breaks through. Josh Naylor, obviously. I think the Mariners are going to be okay in this spot. Baltimore's lineup has still struggled at the plate, with the exception of 2 innings in this series. They've struggled mightily. And really, Jackson Holliday is a big part of that production. Ryan Mountcastle was a big part of that production yesterday. I'd like Jeremiah Jackson a lot. came in as a pinch hitter yesterday. The Orioles lineup is very bad, though. Let's just be honest. It's not a good lineup. I mean, they're batting Daniel Johnson, who, got a shot with the Giants early in the year. Now somehow he's found his way to Baltimore. I don't even know how he got here. I assume a waiver pickup. Anyways, they're playing Ryan Noda, who's batting 106 and struck out 3 times yesterday in right field. I mean, what are we doing? And Logan Evans will go tonight for Seattle. Logan Evans, the best way I can describe Logan Evans is serviceable. Greg Allen's on this team now. Yeah, they're just... I haven't heard the name Greg Allen in years. That's crazy. I remember back in my fantasy baseball drafts way back when we'd take Greg Allen because of his stolen base potential. At least I remember that one season. Greg Allen, they're pulling guys out the hat right now, man. Logan Evans is the definition of serviceable. He'll give you a quality start. He'll go 5-6 innings, primarily 5. He'll give up a couple runs, but you're hoping again, right? Your team's still going to be in the game. Evans is going to give you length. He's going to give you distance. He'll give up 2 runs in 5 innings, but we're hoping that we get more off of Sagano. I expect this game to, this game to balloon a little bit in terms of, the series has been very tightly pitched. Runs have been a premium. I don't expect that today at all. I expect a lot more runs, and I actually like Seattle in the shootout. Look, the Orioles are batting Ryan Noda, Greg Allen, Dylan Carlson, I like Jeremiah Jackson, Daniel Johnson. Come on now, They still got guys at the top of the line. Don't get me wrong, top 5 is great. Holiday, Westberg, Henderson, Rutschman, Mountcastle. Even though Rutschman's had his struggles this season, Mountcastle has too. I'm taking the Mariners here. I believe, again, the deep ball is going to be a big factor against Sagano. Give me Seattle to win on the road, -130 to kick off the day. Let's go on to our second best bet of the video. We move to our best player prop of the day. We're going to the matchup here in Cleveland, Ohio. I wanted to go Marlins money line. I'm going to stay away. Kyle Stowers is so due. He's extremely due. Kyle Stowers is due for just a hit in general. He's 0 for his last 12. I'm a big believer in the fact... he was 0 for 12 going into yesterday's game. Yesterday he did have 2 hits and a double, but he was 0 for 12 going into yesterday's game. I'm a big believer in the fact, though, right, that Stowers is an elite player in the sport, and I think he's one of the most underappreciated players in the sport. This is a guy who's batting .288, 25 home runs, 72 RBI. His OPS is over 900. This is one of the best players in baseball, okay? Obviously, the Marlins had an onslaught yesterday on the Guardians. I mean, they won 13-4. Right, it was a dominant performance. Yuri Perez pitched really well, and the Marlins obviously backed him up. Xavier Edwards destroyed our NRFI with the very first batter of the game. That's okay. It's okay. We still had a positive day. But anyways, I think Kyle Stowers is going to get more than 1.5 total, more than 1 bag today. I think he's going to have 2 bags. I think there's going to be a home run involved tonight for Kyle Stowers. Kyle Stowers has not hit a home run since I believe that the Yankees series. Yeah, since the New York series on August 3rd was the last time Kyle Stowers went deep. This is a good power hitter, okay? He struggled in that Atlanta series. He struggled, he pinch hit against Cleveland on Tuesday, and obviously started yesterday, had 2 hits. That's fine. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because of how good Stowers is. The other part is Tanner Bybee's starting tonight. Bybee is a right-handed arm, 4.6 ERA. The guy gives up so many runs, and yeah, he goes deep into starts. But guys, Bybee had a 6.15 ERA in the month of July, 7.2 ERA in the month of August. I don't even know why the Guards are favored here. Yes, the Guardians have actually won the last 6 times Bybee started. Hasn't been because of him. His ERA is 6.5 in his last 6 starts. All these games the Guardians won. Last start against the White Sox in Chicago. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs. Twins, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs. Royals, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. His team won all of those games. They've been getting Bybee run support. And obviously, the Guardians have been hot. They are still heating up. They're a game out of the Yankees, I think, right now, or are they tied now? They're either a game out the New York Yankees. They are still there. They're 1 game behind the New York Yankees for the American League wildcard spot, just like how the Reds are still behind, the Mets by 1 game as well, right? Ohio's chasing New York currently in both leagues. I don't trust in Tanner Bybee at all. And I think Kyle Stowers is going to take him deep. I didn't go to it in today's video. I certainly thought about it. I think the Marlins are going to win today. Now, the reason they're not in the video is because I believe something's up here. Guys, I don't know why the line started at Guards minus 135, and it shifted to -150, -155 cents. I'm recording this video at midnight right now. I don't know why. I don't get that. Edward Cabrera is really good. Edward Cabrera is coming off of a start in his last one against the Braves, where he went 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Cabrera has been one of the best pitchers in baseball for the last month and a half. Why is his team underdogs in Cleveland? I just, if someone can tell me why, tell me. I don't get it. I legitimately don't. Yes, the Guards are playing great baseball, and the Marlins were ice cold in Atlanta. Well, they won yesterday. The pitching matchup is heavily on the side of Miami. And again, they're building momentum off yesterday. I just don't get it. I don't understand it at all. I know the Guardians are good. We picked the Guardians to beat the Marlins earlier in the week. That doesn't concern me today, obviously. We're going to be going with Kyle Stowers. And sure, if Kyle Stowers does well, then we expect the Marlins to perform well as well. Again, doesn't completely matter to us. I don't mind Marlins money line, but the main play for me is Kyle Stowers because I believe there's something up with the money line personally, but that's neither here or there. Stowers got back on the right track yesterday at Progressive Field in Cleveland, right? 2 for 4 with a double and a single. I believe he's going to continue that, right? Yesterday wasn't a competitive ball game, right? The Marlins ran away with that game in Cleveland. They won 13-4. I expect them to win, but I more surely expect Kyle Stowers to dominate today. Kyle Stowers against Tanner Bybee. It's a righty-lefty matchup. Absolutely love it. Stowers, the All-Star here in 2025, is going to go over 1.5 total bags in Cleveland, Ohio. It is at plus 110. So some great value for that. Just like how this is great value as well. It's the first time all year Paul DeJong has been brought up. Just in an exclusive play. We've mentioned Paul DeJong some, obviously, for the 48-72 Washington Nationals. Hey, they won yesterday. Shout out Dalen Lyle. I'm taking Paul DeJong today over 1.5 total bags. I actually think this is kind of a steal of a play. I look at this entire Nationals team right now. Out of everyone on the team, Paul DeJong has the best chance to go over 1.5 total bags today. It's probably James. No, it's not James Wood. It's lefty-lefty. Even though Wood doesn't really matter who he's up against. Maybe it's Josh Bell. But no, I would go Paul DeJong. Guys, Paul DeJong's been a really good hitter right now. He's been a really good hitter, and they've just really been hitting him against lefties, and he's been dominating. Actually, no, in the Sunday game against the Giants, he was hitting well for Justin Verlander. I don't know, man. DeJong's hitting the ball really well. Now, I'm a little I'm not concerned he's not going to be in the lineup, right? Well, I've been going to bat for Luis Garcia all year long, and I'm still going to go to bat for Luis Garcia, and I think he should be in the lineup today. The guy who shouldn't be in the lineup is Nathaniel Lowe, if we're smart. I know he hit the grand slam yesterday, so he probably will still be in the lineup, but we got to play the matchup here, right? And I'm very sure Miguel Cairo and the Nats, who are 48-72, really don't care about winning baseball games right now, so they've phoned it in, obviously. Even though Cairo, I'll give him credit, did a good job with the bullpen yesterday. Nathaniel Lowe's still going to play. So I actually know what's going to happen. Luis not going to play. Luis Garcia is not going to start today. It's going to be Paul DeJong at second base. What they should do is they should play Garcia at second, House at third, and Paul DeJong should DH today. That's what should really happen, and Josh Bell should play first. That's neither here or there. Paul DeJong's a 325 hitter in the month of August. Did not play yesterday because it was Luis Garcia at second, and it was Brady House at third, and they DH'd Drew Millis. Millis. It was Millis. Yeah, Millis DH yesterday. Yeah, right. Because Radams missed a throw in the 8th inning. Yeah, Paul DeJong's been a 325 hitter in the month of August. And he is a really good hitter against left-handed pitching. Right? I mean, look at what he did in San Francisco. In 10 at-bats, he goes 5 for 10 and a home run and 3 RBI. In Kansas City, 2 hits on Monday. One's a home run, it's a 2-run home run. And on Tuesday, it's just an RBI single, but that's big stuff, you know? Paul DeJong today against Jesus Luzardo, a lefty for Philadelphia, who I understand is pitching really well right now. Luzardo's ERA in the season's 4.2, but over the last, couple starts, he's been excellent. Look at what he did against, albeit the White Sox, 7 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs. Orioles, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Rangers, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 run. I mean, that's a really good start against Texas, right? And the Phillies have won the last 3 games that Luzardo started in. Not really a doubt in my mind that the Phillies don't win this game. I know Brad Lord's pitching, and Brad Lord's a dog, but I still definitely expect Philadelphia to win this game, just because, again, the Nationals are 48-72, and the Phillies are arguably the best team in baseball right now. I know they got blown out yesterday, but they're going to bounce back today. Christopher Sanchez, by the way, my point I'm getting to Christopher Sanchez. He was on fire, and people were talking about him chasing or getting close to Paul Skeens in the Cy Young race, and then yesterday happens. I don't know. 3 earned runs. I know Skeens' last start in Milwaukee was bad, too. Anyways, that's what I was trying to get out of that. That was a very unconventional way of... Anyways. Hey, Mackenzie Gore, Zach Wheeler tomorrow. Anyways. Luzardo, the Phillies probably win. I love the matchup, right? Lefty with Paul DeJong and Jesus Luzardo. I absolutely love it. Young's in the ball well. He's going to bat in the 3 spot, or definitely the 3 spot. The Nationals have been batting him high in the lineup. Yeah, I'm taking this. Paul DeJong's in the ball well. He's been a 325 hitter in the month. Averages 255. This is a guy who's really been contributing this season. If it wasn't for the injury that he sustained in Pittsburgh, maybe Paul DeJong has a way bigger impact on this team, and he's got legitimately 15, 20 home runs. I don't know. He plays a decent glove as well. I've been really impressed with Paul DeJong recently. I thought he was just going to be like a Nick Senzel-esque signing. No, he's been much better. So give me Paul DeJong today on the over 1.5 total bases. It's at plus 165, which I think is tremendous value. I don't know why it's this bad a value, honestly, and that's why I'm taking it. I thought about going Dylan Cruz today because he's going to be back in the lineup, but no, this is by far the best play. I think the value, too, is just too good to pass up on. Paul DeJong, over 1.5 total bases today, plus 165 for the Nationals' third baseman / second baseman. I believe he's going to go out here and get this done. Okay, on to our fourth best bet of the video. Let's go to our daily NRFI. It's an American League Central matchup between the Detroit Tigers and the Minnesota Twins. The matchup is Tarek Skubal and Bailey Ober. If you are paying attention at home, the 2 games I'm not talking about today are Cubs, Blue Jays. Love Max Scherzer. Can't take the Blue Jays there, even though I want to. And then Braves, Mets. I think the Braves might win, but I don't love the pitching matchup with Bryce Elder going for them, so I can't do it. Even though I laugh at the Mets every single day, it's hilarious. My team may be out, but I can still laugh at the New York Metropolitans and the Dodgers for that matter too. How about the Angels? Anyway, the Angels run Southern California. Today we're going with the NRFI here with Detroit and Minnesota. I get it. Value's not great. But hey, yesterday, right, I told you I don't play lines like minus 150 often. And that's what we got yesterday in Padres Giants. And I was very confident in the play. Now we are now 2-0 this season on minus 150 lines because I only play those when I'm completely sure that something's going to happen. Angels did it earlier in the year for us against the Marlins. And yesterday the Padres put up 11 runs on the Giants and went 11-1. So yeah, I was pretty well off with the minus 150 line. Now, this is minus 145, which is usually my max in terms of, all right, like, I feel good about this. Now, minus 150 is a whole other level. It's like, if I play minus 150, I know for sure it's going to happen for the most part, knock on wood. I do believe this is going to happen. Tarek Skubal, Bailey Ober are going tonight in this game. I'm a little surprised it's priced at this. It's because of Bailey Ober, don't get me wrong. But Bailey Ober's last start was really good, right? The 6'9" righty went 6 innings against the Kansas City Royals, gave up 4 hits and only 1 run. Now, his starts prior to that were really bad. He had an ERA of 9 in the month of June. He had back-to-back starts against the Tigers and the Mariners where he gave up 7 runs each. And in the Tigers one, he gave up 11 hits. That's okay. They're in Minnesota. They're in Minnesota this time around, so it's different. I hope. Well, the Twins won yesterday 4-1, right? Nothing going on early in that game with Joe Ryan and Schiltler. Anyways, Minnesota wins the game with the big 6th inning. They scored 3 runs in the inning. The Yankees just couldn't do anything. I don't know. Is that a playoff team? I don't think so. If you take Aaron Judge off that team, they're legitimately one of the worst teams in baseball. Lineups in baseball, let me correct myself. Twins look good yesterday hitting-wise. But the thing is, really, that's the top 4 guys look good. I don't know. The NRFI, right, we're going to see Larnach, Buxton, Keyshaw, and Clemens. It's Tarek Skubal. This is not the part of the play that concerns me, obviously. Skubal, 2.35 ERA, second best in all of baseball. This is a guy who did have a bad last start against the Angels. The Tigers like a minus 300 favorite in that game, and the Angels had a very good chance to win that one. Ultimately, Detroit came back, not because of Skubal, obviously, because he's pitching. But, this is the guy with the second best ERA in all of baseball, only behind Paul Skeens, who, is completely locked away the National League Cy Young at this point. It's not Zach Wheeler. It's not even close. I think Christopher Sanchez is a much better argument at Cy Young than Wheeler does, but it's going to be Skeens. And I think Skubal has the AL Cy Young as well. Yeah, Crochet maybe, but I believe it's going to be Skubal for the second straight year. His last 2 starts haven't been great. No, the Philly start was good enough. The Angel start wasn't good. But Minnesota, they are fielding a AAA lineup for the most part. But the guys at the top of the lineup, right? Larnach, Buxton, Keyshaw, Clemens. Larnach and Buxton are trouble, and Keyshaw is batting .340 already in his very short MLB stint so far. It's Tarek Skubal, though. I'm okay with this. I know Skubal is going to go out there and get 3 outs. So the flip side of this, right? The reason why it's a minus 145 is Skubal, and now can Bailey Ober just get by is the question. I'm going to go yeah. I'm going to go yes. I mean, obviously I'm going yes. The Twins have actually lost the last, oh my goodness, 9 games that Bailey Ober started. And of course, when the Nationals go to Minnesota, they don't run into Ober. It's fine. We won 1 game out there. No, did we win 2? Yeah, we did win 2. Anyways, Bailey Ober versus the Tigers. Might be trouble. Might be. But Detroit just went 9 innings with the White Sox yesterday and scored 1 run. They scored 1 in the 6th inning. It was a Winsel Perez sacrifice fly that scored Kerry Carpenter. The Tigers are still really good. They hit 70 wins yesterday. Kyle Finnegan is just an unstoppable monster in Detroit as well. Another shutdown inning yesterday. He's that guy, puts a guy on and then just completely shuts down the side. The top of the Tigers lineup, obviously, it's always dependent on arm, right? Because it's just, right, we say this all the time, it's AJ Hinch baseball. It's always dependent on who the starting pitcher is. Well, yesterday, Shane Smith went for the Sox. That's a righty. Righty's going today. A very tall righty's going today from Minnesota and Ober. So we're probably going to see literally the same lineup as yesterday. Keith, Torres, Carpenter, Torkelson, Green. Tigers haven't been as hot. They've been good, obviously, but they haven't been, really good. And I think there's a chance the lineup pulls them back in the postseason. And, actually, we thought the same thing last year, potentially, and then they went into Houston and won the wild card, and they gave the Guardians a lot of fits, obviously, in the LDS, just because of, again, it's just do your job mentality. Someone's got to show up, and I applaud that, obviously. But, I don't think they score in the first year. I know Ober has been rough. Last start was good. Let's build on that momentum. And you look at the Tigers, the top of the lineup has been kind of shaky. I mean, yesterday, Glaber goes 0-for-4. Colt Keith goes 0-for. Carpenter obviously had 2 hits, but I think the biggest fear, obviously, is Kerry Carpenter. Kerry Bonds, obviously, in the 3 spot. I think we're going to be okay, though. Bailey Ober's going to go out here. He's going to get us 3 outs. And on the flip side, too, I mean, I have no worries about the bottom half of the inning. So if Ober's able to get 3 outs in the top half of the first at Target Field, you can pretty much lock this one in, or you can pretty much, not lock in it, you can pretty much green this play, right? If Ober or Skubal, if we get to Skubal, we're fine. I'll be damned. I'm scared of Byron Buxton a little bit, but it's Tarek Skubal. You got to trust one of the best pitchers in baseball, the second best pitcher in baseball, Tarek Skubal. Okay, that's the NRFI minus 140 Detroit Twins AL Central game. Let's move on to our final best bet of the video. Hear me out. Colorado Rockies plus 1.5. All right. This has to be the first time all year we've picked the Rockies. I think the Rockies are legitimately the team we've talked about the least so far this season. Like, in terms of just non-Nats bets, too, because the Nats have played these guys 7 times this year, and they only won 3. They were 3-4 against the Rockies this season. Yeah, we have barely done any Rockies games this year. They are the only game in the nightcap session tonight, 5:40 p.m. start time on Fox Sports 1, and we've got a banger of a pitching matchup, and this is ultimately why I'm going with the Rockies here. Eduardo Rodriguez is going for the Diamondbacks. I know Eduardo Rodriguez is giving up runs. I just do. Last time he pitched against the Rockies, this was in Arizona. 5 1/3, and this was his last start, August 9th, against the Rockies at Chase Field. 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs in Arizona. Oh, what's going to happen in Coors Field? I mean, right? Diamondbacks win the game 6-5. We don't care. That's fine. Hey, the D-backs can win all they want as long as they're winning by 1 run. We have plus 1.5 today for the Colorado Rockies. That's currently priced last time I saw at plus 105. I love that. I absolutely love it. Arizona wins 2 of 3 in Texas in the 2023 World Series rematch. They were going to lose yesterday until Ketel Marte obviously hit the big 3-run bomb to put them up by 2 runs. Ultimately, right, plus 1.5 win to cash in that game if we had Rangers plus 1.5. Whole different ballgame. Would I be taking this if it was just straight up D-backs versus Rockies? And, so let's just say the pitching matchup was Zach Gallen, Kyle Freeland. No, even though Kyle Freeland was really good in his last start, cashed on our NRFI, thank you, and actually got the win in a shutout win against the St. Louis Cardinals. I still wouldn't take it, though, because, okay, Freeland back at home, Gallen, all right. No. It's Eduardo Rodriguez bump day. Eduardo Rodriguez is giving up runs. I don't care who's batting for the Colorado Rockies. Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck could be batting for the Colorado Rockies, and they would score runs against Eduardo Rodriguez at Coors Field. They would. And there's guys in the lineup right now, man. Tyler Freeman's hitting the ball well. I got to give Tyler Freeman a lot of credit. Last game goes, 3 for 5? Freeman's hitting the ball well. Mickey Moniak, Cinderella here. All right, it's working. Went yard in the last game against the Cardinals. And oh, by the way, the Rockies are coming off a series victory in St. Louis. The Cardinals come off the high of winning on Sunday Night Baseball against the Cubs. They win the series against Chicago. You're thinking, oh, we're 4.5 games out. The Mets are losing. Maybe the Cardinals can get back into things. Nope. They just lost a 3-game series against the Rockies. And how did the Rockies win yesterday? Hunter Goodman home run in the 9th. Yeah. All right. How about them Colorado Rockies, right? Hunter Goodman, go-ahead homer in the top of the 9th to win the game for Colorado. And that's another guy too, right? Hunter Goodman got the night off yesterday. Pinch hit in the top of the 9th inning, put his team and propelled his team to victory. Well, that guy's going to be in the lineup today. Ezekiel Tovar hitting the ball well right now. Warming Burnable. Warming Burnable's hitting the ball well. This is a good player, Warming Burnable. 294 hitter. Limited sample size, obviously, in the majors. 3 home runs, 11 RBI, 848 OPS. Watch out for the Rockies. They might put win 33 on the board today. They might. I just need them to keep the game close. And I think they will, right? I like some of the guys at the top of the lineup. I, oddly enough, have a lot of faith in Freeman, Moniak, Tovar, Goodman, Burnable. It does kind of look like a AAA lineup at times. Like Kyle Karros is batting in the 5 spot. All right, Kyle Karros is batting 333 in 6 games. Okay, that'll play. Starting tonight for the Colorado Rockies is, this is why this game's rough. Bradley Blalock. 7.89 ERA this season. Last start against the D-backs. This was the Eduardo Rodriguez game in Arizona. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs. Best start of his career was against the Cleveland Guardians on July 28th. 6 innings, 6 hits, 0 runs. He was the starting pitcher in the game, by the way, with the Padres. Scored 21 runs on the Rockies. For reference, on May 10th, Blalock goes 3 2/3, 13 hits, 12 runs. Honestly, though, he's been much better since that game. Month of July was great for him, 1.59 ERA. August has been rough. Bad start against the Pirates. Bad start against the D-backs. 10.45 ERA in the month of August. Guys, you know what today is in this game? We are just looking at pure chaos, okay? And that's fine. We're looking at pure chaos for this game. We're just hoping we're on the right side of it. I think we're going to be. I believe Eduardo Rodriguez is going to give up a lot of runs. I think Bradley is going to give up a lot of runs as well. I look at the Rockies, who've just won 2 of 3 in St. Louis on the road. They return home to Coors, which they play worse at Coors, but it's fine. I don't know. D-backs coming off the high of the big Ketel Marte home run. There's some regression there. Probably some regression with the Rockies, too. I just think we're on the right side of this one with Colorado plus 1.5. We don't even need them to win. We just need the game to be close. And sure, I'm saying this, we don't even need the 32-win team to win the game. Trust me, though, I like the bats right now. Eduardo Rodriguez is not pitching all that well. He did not pitch well against Colorado and Arizona. What makes you think he's going to pitch well against Colorado in Colorado at altitude, at elevation? Hell no. Give me the Colorado Rockies plus 1.5. Do not touch the money line. I wouldn't try it. Plus 1.5 today for Colorado. I think they come through and cover the spread here at home against the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for August 14th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.